Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. Tonight we're going to be playing Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. This is a game that's been out for quite a while for the PS4, and I'm surprised I haven't streamed it on my channel. I've had this game since it originally launched back on the PS4. So yeah, we're going to hop right into this right now. Let's play Crimes and Punishments Sherlock Holmes on the PS5. This is a PS4 game, but we're going to be playing it on the PS5. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Yeah. Oh my god. Alright. Now, common practice for Sherlock Holmes.
You are utterly mad.
Is he bored? He must be
Stop,
bored.
Holmes.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Merry Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Okay, well, that was an interesting intro. I love how Lestrade wanted to fire the gun. That's definitely something. Well, we should get changed. Makes zero sense to go in a nightgown. Alright, what do we got here? A lot of these outfits are locked, actually. I just realized that. Well, a few are. That's good. Oops. What the hell did I... Oh.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
The mess I made? This place looks like it hasn't been cleaned in like 20 years. The mess I made. A couple of vases.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Yeah, Mrs. Hudson, maybe do your job once in a while. Alright, there we go.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have figured that out, that you were over there, given that, you know, you guys all stick out like sore thumbs. Let's investigate stuff first.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Always good to just, like, look over everything. Now, I haven't played these games in a very long time. I mean, they're really old. I do have all of the Frogwares Sherlock Holmes games. I think their latest one is called The Awakening? The Awakened? Yeah, I think it's called The Awakened. That's their newest one that uses Unreal Engine 5. And they went from being kind of like contained to being open world. And
as soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
all right, so what I was trying to say was the older games I find are better, because I find that with the newer ones, I'm often getting lost in the environment, because the environment is so huge and they don't really give you waypoints to your destinations. They give you the general, they give you the general layout of where the place you have to go is, but they force you to kind of like go there yourself, at least in the ones that I played. And I'm not a big fan of that, because I often get lost. The maps are huge. Like, I mean, The Awakened, I think it was all of London in the 1800s, so it was ginormous. The map size was ginormous. And I'm not a big fan of that. And this was one of the only older games where they didn't go into the open world quite yet. This was a lot more linear. You would go from point A to point B in your carriage. You wouldn't have to worry about wandering around this massive map. And I appreciate that more, because that was part of the issues that I had with the newer games, was I was constantly getting lost, and it just took away from the experience. All right, let's investigate her first. Always good to see various details. Cameo brooch. Rosary. Okay.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, so we're done questioning her for the moment. I don't remember if there was anything in the shed or not. Mr. Holmes? Alright, nope, nothing in there.
It seems that the garden was well maintained. These footprints appear to be quite large.
Oh, those are... I was wondering what I was looking at there. They're cabbages. Okay. I thought they were... I thought it was a hat for some reason. Alright,
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool. What a terrible way to die.
All right, there is a lot to investigate. Don't leave. There is a lot to investigate here, so let's just go through everything one step at a time.
Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a whaling map. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
So like I said, I haven't played these in a very long time, so bear with me. I'm not as familiar with them as I used to be when I used to play them back in the day.
The ship's
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute for sure.
To 1884. Peter Carey was our captain.
I think the last time I played this was when I had a PS4, to be honest, and that would have been like at least 5 years ago now, 4 or 5.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Yep.
Harpoons for hunting whales. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death. The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
I never understood these puzzles. Always seemed forced to me. I get what we're trying to do. We're trying to match up a picture of a sailing ship, but it's really odd to me. That we would have to do all this to realize what was in the pouch was tobacco. Like, it should be just obvious that it's tobacco. Why do we have to do this completely unnecessary puzzle to learn that it's tobacco? Does that make sense to me? To anybody? It doesn't to me, because, I mean, it was very obvious that it was tobacco. And, of course, solving this eventually will lead us to the conclusion that what is inside the tobacco carrying pouch is tobacco. Like... And I feel like I'm doing this all wrong anyway. That's got to match up there. That needs to go up here for the sails. Well, that's not going to work that way. Hold on. It's got to be in this direction. All right. I think I'm going to just skip this puzzle, if I'm being honest. Oh, I was close, okay. Well, that sucks. I didn't realize I was that close to solving it. Okay. Oh well. Let's make sure that we've gotten everything else before we look at him. I think we did.
No shit, Sherlock.
No shit. Hey James, how you doing, man? Great to have you here. I think I'm going to stream some more Game of Thrones later on, but I wanted to do an early stream. Kind of get 2 streams out tonight, possibly. This is an older PS4 game. Came out a very long time ago. I think it was like 2014, 2015. But a good one of my favorite Sherlock Holmes games out of all of them.
The force of the blow was immense. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Looked. I would say looked quite strong, not looks.
Peter Carey was fully
looks
dressed.
Implies that he's still
He
alive.
was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
I just had to get that joke out of the way, lol.
Fair enough, man. Oh my god, what am I doing? Look at the... There we go, Jesus.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. J.H.N. are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
I mean, yeah.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
I think that's everything. Oh, sorry for that.
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Alright, time to go into Holmes's brain and match shit up. So, let's do pin to the wall and no gardener. No? Really? Alright, pin to the wall and break-in attempts? No. I may not have the evidence I need.
I was surprised to see you live. You're usually not on this early.
To see me live? I know what you meant, my bot's just being an idiot. Yes, I know. I kind of want to do 2 streams tonight. That's why I'm kind of doing this one and another one later. An ambush.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted
Jesus,
to
I don't
force
need to
the
see or
door
hear
to
that
gain
close.
entry.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable.
I always found that
whoever
funny when
came
you go,
here
"Oh,
hoped to find the door open.
oh,
They tried to
you
force
lost
it with
me."
a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do?
Lestrade
Why,
is
return
really dumb.
tonight, when they will be better prepared.
I never understood how he was like
So what do you propose?
the chief inspector
We
of
shall remain on the outside, near
Scotland
the
Yard
window, where we
when he
stand
had
the
no
best chance
idea
of
what the
catching
hell
sight
he
of
did.
our visitor.
He didn't know
Well,
how to
gentlemen,
investigate.
Ready your
Like,
pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
never. He did not know anything about investigation. He was one of the worst
We need to
inspectors.
find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
That's the only good piece of that's the only good thing he said so far in this entire case. Everything else, he's just kind of dense. When we went up to the door and we're like, yeah, somebody tried to break into the door. It's very evident because there's like scratches all over the door. He's like, oh, like how? I don't know.
This looks like the perfect
No wonder he's always
hiding
using
place.
Holmes for solving every case because he doesn't know how to do it himself. That's your idea of hiding and sneaking? You're just like very obviously visible.
Shh. Did you hear that?
No, but I'm sure they heard it. You yammering.
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net.
Was the policeman there the entire time?
Mr. Holmes?
That would have been funny. Breaking in front of the cop.
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose.
Yes.
You imagine that
What
I'm
gave it
connected with
away?
the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
He's not the killer. He just came for the notebook. That, if I remember correctly, the notebook belonged to his father. And Peter Carey had it for whatever reason. Well, here we are at Scotland Yard. Let's take a look around quickly.
Mr. Holmes?
Every single policeman in this game has the exact same voice. Mr. Holmes. Alright,
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
okay. Should look at the evidence first.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Well, we already know about the
We
notebook.
found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what? From R. Dawson. To my friend and partner, 1883. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. A handkerchief with the initials J.H.N. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin.
What? Force the door? I thought he was lockpicking the door. He's forcing the fucking lock with a small pocket knife? Alright, we need to go back to 221B so that we can consult Holmes's archive on Dawson. Would it be under research, newspapers, possibly under newspapers, not under encyclopedia. All right, let's check out research first. Oh, no. Okay. No, what? No, not exit. I just want to, Oh, right, we can just zoom over. I keep forgetting that. Dawson and Nelligan. Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund bankrupt, Nelligan missing. The Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. It was the 23rd largest...
A 10-minute stream.
Imagine if I did a 10-minute stream. I would never do a 10-minute stream. That's kind of weird. Unless the game really sucked. It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. The liquidation of company... What? The liquidation of company... That should say the liquidation of the company. Okay. The liquidation of the company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht, preparing for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by the police and his creditors.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
What are you doing here,
Watson?
Watson?
You caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
You bored, Watson? Is that what's going on here? Why do we have a telescope aimed directly at somebody else's window? Okay, Holmes, you know what? What you do in your spare time is great and everything, but oh my god, count me out. Toby.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
Toby is from some really older Sherlock Holmes games, point-and-click adventure games back on PC. He was a dog that was, I think he was in the movies too, back in the day. But he was in the older point-and-click adventure games. He was owned by like this guy who had a bunch of animals, and Holmes and Watson borrowed him for a case, and then I guess this implies they never returned him afterwards. They just kept him inside.
I keep my post.
They just kept him inside 221B. All right, fair enough. They just stole some guy's dog. You know, whatever. Yes, hello. We'd like your dog to help us with a case involving tracking somebody down, and then we're not going to return him afterwards. He is ours. You will never see him again. Toodaloo. Why did I go here? Wait a minute. What am I doing? I don't need to go here. Wait, actually, hold up. We got the boots.
These boots don't match the
Yeah, no.
footprints.
It's too small. Okay. And I don't think there's anything else in here. We're good for everything else. Okay. Let's head to Scotland Yard and interrogate our quote-unquote potential suspect, even though he's not. We go in, oh, that's the staff room. I thought it was Lestrade's office. Alright, this is Lestrade's office.
Locked.
He's not even in. I'm guessing there was nothing in the morgue. Yeah, it's...
Mr. Holmes?
Oh, he's already in there.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believed that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Ring's engraving. It proves that it doesn't belong to him, actually.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then. hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
I never got into Sherlock Holmes, but I remember as a kid learning to read from this book about a detective fox.
A detective fox? Not quite the same. Profile of the victim, father's jacket. I would say father's jacket. That is definitely not his jacket. It doesn't even fit him.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan.
Oddly enough, Dade and Geordie got me into detective cause Next Gen had a lot of detective episodes.
Well, Next Gen had a couple of Sherlock Holmes episodes because Data was obsessed with Sherlock Holmes.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
I'm trying to think what got me into Sherlock Holmes. I have a lot of the books. The writing was really good. First of all, obviously, the writing was really good. Yeah, I watched a couple of the old movies with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce back in the day, back when I was younger. And yeah, I don't know. I guess the movies and the books, the old movies and the books were what really interested me. And then I ended up getting some of the games back then, the old point-and-click adventure games. I've streamed some of them already on this channel, the older stuff. I don't know if I'm going to stream all of Frogwares Sherlock Holmes games, because as I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of when they became open world. When they became open world, I felt that they were too big. I mean, there's certain games that I like in open world setting, like, Red Dead Redemption, GTA, all those type of games. But I don't feel that Sherlock Holmes lends itself well to an open world environment. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm not a big fan of the new stuff that Frogwares has done. Also, just as a little pop quiz, heads up, whatever. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Frogwares is not actually from England. They are actually a Ukraine company. They're based out of the Ukraine. Yeah. And they make really good games, if I'm being honest with you. I've always liked all the games they make. The Sherlock Holmes ones are amazing. They're right on the nose. Oh, I should gather evidence up here. Break-in attempt was caused by him wanting Nelligan's notebook. We already know that. What do we got? See, I would have put swift actions with no gardener myself. I don't understand why we're not doing that. We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill by fully piercing a body. All right.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson will be happy to oblige.
Do we need the harpoon from Woodman's Lee? I think we do. I'm not sure if we... I think we do.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
That seems very weird that you would just walk into like a place of a crime scene, steal the harpoon, and be like, "Well, I'm gonna just use this and test a theory of mine." I mean, that would never fly today. Like back then, they didn't have like really ways of gathering fingerprints and stuff like that. But if you did that kind of shit today, it's idiotic. Also, of note, the reason the game is called Crimes and Punishments is literally because that's the book Sherlock Holmes is reading in the carriage. I believe, because I don't know why else would... Crimes and Punishment was an old... was it Dostoevsky who wrote that? I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was Dostoevsky. But anyway... yeah, I don't know why else it would be called. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason it was called Crimes and Punishment, based on the book he's reading.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit
Great.
to our butcher friend.
Let's go!
We require the carcass of a
What a wonderful
and the harpoon?
outing.
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Well, we already got the harpoon, so we don't need to do that. Whitechapel Butcher. All right.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise, yet.
Holmes,
that would be hilarious if he just like accidentally harpoons Watson in the chest. What?
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
Yeah, this this. Oh, it's getting bigger. Okay. That was terrible. What?
I can't believe it. Did you just miss?
What did it bounce off of? That was so weird. All right.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you
Shut
can.
up and do it yourself then. You freaking annoying man. There.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
All of them? What do you mean? It was just the one. The rest of the harpoons just bounced off. All right. Strength requirement. Pin to the wall. It requires a much greater strength than that of the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with a harpoon all the way through the wall. A degree of skill would most likely be necessary. Two men in cooperation might achieve the same result. There is a remote possibility that an unskilled and untrained man could manage to pin or carry you to the wall with a harpoon. Okay. Got dialogue options. A tobacco pouch made with seal skin, which was on the table inside Peter's cabin. The initials PC have been crudely burned into it, a sailor's work. Outlined in the dust on one of Carrie's shelves, looks as if something had been recently removed. It is larger than a book, a box, or a small chest. Okay. I think we need to go back to Woodman's Lee, if I remember correctly. And interrogate... it's not going to be... Alright. We got everything we need for now. So, yeah. I believe we need to...
What period is this set?
Sherlock Holmes is usually set in the 1800s. For the most part. I mean, there's, you know, the new series, it ended a while back, but Sherlock, which was with Benedict Cumberbatch, which was set in modern times, but that's not the case from the books. It was always set in the 1800s or around there.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam. "1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
Alright, so we got two people who are harpooners. Patrick Cairns and Pablo Coventrau. I believe that's how that's spelled.
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Okay, so, but what about the box? So the box that she's referring to is in here. I know that. I guess we don't grab it right
Who
now.
could do such a thing? My poor husband.
She's just gonna fucking sit there and grieve the entire time. Alright, I guess Baker Street to grab Watson, or to, Who the fuck is constantly texting me? Son of a bitch, people. Okay, so...
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it,
What?
Watson. And really,
That's a terrible idea. This is why you're a doctor and not
I'll call in a specialist.
and not a
And who
detective.
might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean
Wiggins.
young Wiggins and his gang.
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They
Well,
see
given
and
that the
hear
detectives
everything,
work
and
for
they're true.
Lestrade, I
All
would
they lack is
agree.
organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
It's kind of weird.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big
No.
Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
What? Watson, you have not helped out on this case at all yet, aside from, like, taking me to the fucking...
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Yeah, no thanks to you, sitting here drinking tea. Alright, well, let's...
This is where I keep my post.
Is there anything that we have to look up evidence-wise?
My
I don't
archive.
think so.
I can
No.
always
All right,
consult
didn't think
with it
so.
if need.
Alright, so let's go to Scotland Yard, I suppose.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Scotland Yard is a step ahead? I don't think so. I don't think that'll ever happen. Alright.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Should take the boots with us
Liam
to
Hurtley's
match
own
them.
Boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. pen. Nothing unusual about it.
All right, so let's go to Woodman's Lee, match up those boot prints. Whoops.
These
Perfect
boots
match.
match the footprints exactly.
All right, now to see if Hurtley was somebody that the husband knows. No, okay, fine. I guess that doesn't matter. That's weird. That's a question that I would have asked. Okay, Baker Street.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
All right. I guess we just have to interrogate this guy then. I thought maybe we needed more evidence before opening him up for interrogation, but apparently not.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
He already sounds ridiculously guilty. What the hell highlighted there? Oh. What? Oh. Okay, I see it now. Oh, he's a gardener.
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now.
Okay. Oops. So we should probably go back to Woodman's Lee, talk to the wife, see where the tools are kept, verify that they're even there.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
What?
Thank you, madam.
That's weird.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire. I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition. All 7 reagents should be used. Second condition. Orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition. Colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Wait, I'm confused. Wasn't that a colorless reagent? Did I fuck that up?
First condition. All 7 reagents should be used.
Yeah.
Second condition. Orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition. Colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Okay, so
First condition. All 7 reagents should be used. Second condition. Orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition. Colorless reagent should be... No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
okay, so blue, green. Unless we did blue, blue. Oh, maybe that's it. Blue, 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 green. I think that's going to screw it up.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning.
Okay.
Nothing like doing a chemistry project.
Yeah, thankfully there's the ability to skip puzzles if they get too annoying, which probably for the best. I did as you asked and hid them well, but I beg you to reconsider. I remember our vows. I've done nothing dishonorable for which you me. Okay.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case...
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
So, we need to get that box that's hidden here.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Locked. Locked.
Grieving ma'am, do you have a key? No? Cool.
My poor husband.
Retrieving the notebook. Well, we know that that's where the book, or the carton was that we're looking for, the tin box. It was there. That's where it was sitting, and then it was moved.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
That deduction, that doesn't look like a small chest. I mean, I guess it does, kinda. Okay, the only other thing I can think is to go back to Scotland Yard and question this guy about the chest. And then, yeah, it's the only other thing I can think, if she's not willing to talk to us.
Very interesting game.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've always liked their modernish takes on Sherlock Holmes. So there's two in this series. There's this one and then the sequel to this called The Devil's Daughter, which deals with Professor Moriarty's daughter. Professor Moriarty was like one of the main villains of Sherlock Holmes.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
I may stream that one at some point too, but here we go.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Yeah, except that I don't... The wife is so stupid in all of this. It's almost like... It's almost like she didn't know anything about her husband. Like, obviously, Hurtley was there. And not only was there, but he was the gardener, but the wife knows nothing about any of this. She's just like, complacent and everything.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools Here at Woodman's Lee, we need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here. Let us see what is in this box.
That is the weirdest fucking okay. Well, we need to... That's not really matching up. That matches. Oh.
Bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Well, okay, so that's why she's hiding all this shit, because she was like secretly dating this guy behind her husband's back. Okay, that explains a lot, actually. Liam, my dear, you have been so good to me all the time. Excuse me. All the time that I have known you, I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful, and no good can come from them. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell, but bruises fade, and you must not worry about me. Huh. All right, I suppose we should probably give this new evidence to the wife. See what she has to say.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any
The most
sailors.
insincere crying I've ever heard. Either she's a terrible voice actress, or she sounded like Miss Piggy when she... All right, anyway. Well, we got her confession, so... Liam Hurtley's relationship with Judith Carey gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey. No, I wouldn't say that. I feel like we still have a lot more evidence to find. It has been confirmed that Liam Hurtley was flirting with Peter Carey's wife and even fell in love, but it didn't go beyond the affectionate but harmless letters and words. Yes, that is correct. Liam Hurtley's relationship with Judith Carey gives him a motive for killing Peter Carey. Hurtley's presence in Woodman's Lee on the night of the murder is explained by his affection towards Judith Carey and the fact that he worked there as a gardener. Yeah, that's what I would say. All right. I'll just double check going back to Scotland Yard, see if there's anything else he has to say, but I doubt it. I think our next step is realistically to find the sailors.
I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
So just as an FYI, in total, this game has about 6 cases. I think 6 or 7, something like that. So just once we do this one, we go to the next case. The next case is one of my most favorite cases.
Well done, Wiggins.
After this one.
Let me see.
Well, it's
This
him.
man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Yes. Holmes was always a master of disguise in the original movies and stuff. Let's see what a sailor... Oh, the facial hair is not unlocked. Shit. Okay. So it's just supposed to go like this with just the outfit change? That doesn't look convincing at all as being a sailor, but whatever.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Anybody who looked in a newspaper would realize that that's Sherlock Holmes dressed as a sailor. Like, he should have at least had more more stuff over him, like a beard or something. I don't know. It just looks so obvious that he's not a sailor. Oh, there he is.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip that arm wrestle. It's not as easy as it looks, actually. I don't quite understand the facial animation expressions when the facial expressions aren't really that that prominent. Yeah.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
What? How many times do I have to beat this idiot?
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that. Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
That's so
Good
weird.
Winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink.
I just beat your arse in arm wrestling. Let's buy each other a drink.
You're a good type.
What?
Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Ah, of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Care to lose another 10 shillings?
Okay, Karen says confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder and thus proves his guilt. Karen says confirmed that the pouch belongs to him. This means that he was at the scene of the murder, but does not necessarily prove that he is the murderer. All right, what's is there any other things
My
to
archive.
research? No.
I can always
Okay.
consult with it if needed.
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
I'm having doubts that he's the murderer, actually. I think it's the gardener, if I'm being honest. Hmm. Um... Could they have worked together? Yeah, I really want to say it's Hurtley. I don't think it's the sailor. I don't. I think it's the one that the wife's been having an affair with. So I'm gonna go with him. Um, Liam Hurtley has been found guilty of the murder of Peter Carey. He must be punished by the law in all its rigor. Liam Hurtley's mind was clouded by his love for Judith Carey, Peter's wife. This murder was a crime of passion under emotional duress. Nevertheless, he must answer to the law for what he has done. I'm gonna absolve him only because we know that Judith Carey's true husband abused her physically. So I'm gonna say that Leah murdered him in self-defense. Yeah, that makes sense.
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
It was Liam Hurtley.
That doesn't surprise me. I've never seen a guiltier-looking fella.
He was in love with Judith Carey. It caused a conflict that proved fatal for her husband.
I see. Come on now, let us confront him.
Liam Hurtley, it was you who killed Black Peter. He learned of your relationship with his wife, and he asked that you meet him to share in a drink. Then began the quarrel. He drew his knife, and in self-defense, you took up the harpoon. Lestrade, please put that in your report.
I deny everything. You have no proof.
Calm down and thank your stars that Mr. Holmes just saved your neck.
The case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
I'm beginning to have my doubts that it's him. Hold on, 15 of 16, Hurtley. I think okay, it looks like the game is telling me that Hurtley is guilty, but that I should have probably pressed charges. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with this decision. I don't think that it's now. Keep in mind how this game works is you can finger anybody you want for the crime. There is no real ending to this game. This game is based on your decisions, how you play the game, and so you can actually convict whoever you want. Whether they're the real killer or not, that's up to you to figure out. But the game doesn't really hold your hand in that regard. It just kind of like shoves you out there, and you have to figure everything out for yourself. Yeah, I still think it was Hurtley. I just can't see it being the sailor. I can't see it being the sailor. All right. Next case, which we're not going to do today, but we'll at least do the intro for it because we're almost at 2 hours right now. But we'll at least do the intro for it. This case is one of my favorites, the Vanishing Train. It's really cool.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country, although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
All right, so I think this is a good spot to end it for tonight. Obviously, later on in the game, we're going to be taking the case for Mycroft, but that's like the very last case in the game. This is where you just find out about it from Mycroft Holmes, who, in case you don't follow the books, Mycroft Holmes is Sherlock Holmes' older brother. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, so I think we're going to end here. This game, I believe, auto-saves, so we'll just continue where we last left off on the next stream. So yeah, that'll do it for tonight. I was going to stream the next part of Game of Thrones, but it looks like I might do that tomorrow instead, only because it's already 6:28. There's really no point, because I usually do my streams at 6, as you all know. But anyway, yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. So this has been Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. We're playing it on the PS5, and it is a PS4 game. Been out for a very long time. There's been, since, I think, 4 other Sherlock Holmes games since this one. But this one remains one of my favorites. Yes, but anyway, thank you so much to James for tuning into tonight's live stream, and everybody else watching after the fact. Greatly appreciated having you all here. I hope you guys like the new thumbnails I've been making on my channel. I've been really enjoying making them. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. Remember that I also have a podcast in the playlist section called The Paintcast. It's hosted by myself and Stu's Game Reviews, where we discuss the latest in movies, video games, politics, whatever is going on in the world, and whatever is new in video games. We discuss it on that podcast. So check that out in the playlist section. Also check out any of the previous live streams you may have missed. And until then, guys, have a fantastic night. And we'll see you soon at the Gamers Grotto. Take care once again. Have a great one. And we'll see you tomorrow for Game of Thrones. Take care and have a great night.